Happy Thursday. Yes, it is Thursday, and we are continuing our Women Leaders Moving Forward Together series. I've got my awesome As Strong as the Woman Next to Me t-shirt on today because we are celebrating all the women that we know and that we care about and all the strong women who are in our lives, so that way we can learn from them and what do we call it? To learn from, to inspire, all that other good stuff. So I am inviting our guest on. Yay! Woo! We did it! Strong women together, get shit done. Exactly. So I'd like to introduce you all. First of all, if this is your first time watching one of my live videos, I am Adina O'Neill. I am the founder and head coach at Team Be Real, where we build belief, belonging, and confidence in all athletes. And today I have the honor of introducing you to my former strength coach, Tiffany Ballinger. Hey, Tiff.
Oh, good afternoon. Not the morning.
Oh, you're right. It is afternoon. Well, it's morning somewhere, maybe, right? So Tiff may look familiar. If you've been following along my stories and posts for a while, you may recognize her. Tiff taught me how to lift with a barbell, deadlifts, squats, bench presses. And even though I found a place that's a little closer to home, I couldn't have started without her. So thank you. Much gratitude for that. But that's just one piece of what she does. So, Tiff, I'm going to let you tell everybody who you are, what you do, and you can tell how we met because we didn't meet through that coaching prospect. So I'll let you tell that story.
So I am Ballinger. I also gymnastics and I started my own program, CrossFit, like a combination of strength training and gymnastics. I love them both. So I met Adina, oh my gosh, like 13, as I was her daughter Claudia's coach in gymnastics, and with a teammate of mine, the best of teammates, more like sisters. So we kind of just became family and stuck with each other for the rest of our lives. And so then I became Adina's strength coach. Yeah. So we just worked our way through.
I love the way connections, you start in one place, they grow, they turn, they move, just like everything else, right? No progress ever is linear. And it's so great to be able to find different connections and different facets. And hard to believe, but to put a number to it and say it's been like 13 years is wild because it feels like yesterday. So, but I'm so glad that you took some time out to talk with us today and share your story and your thoughts about Women's History Month, which is what we're here to talk about. So let's kick it off with a little reminder. This is how I've been starting all the conversations, that the theme for Women's History Month this year is moving forward together, women educating and inspiring generations. What does that mean to you when you hear it?
Oh, so many things. Okay, how to make it short. Essentially, we all grow, hopefully. I mean, we're going to get older at some point, but mental strength, physical strength, emotional strength, we all want to be able to grow aspect, and we all have strengths and weaknesses, but to be able to grow together, but even sometimes grow apart, but as long as we're still growing, that's all that matters. I can help you with something, you can help me with something. I do this, you do this part, this social media or live and talking and speaking and throwing yourself out there. I don't do that, but you do. So here we are growing together, still in a similar path, but in our own ways. So being able to connect with each other and other individuals, young, old, setting the pathway, paving the way. It's our future. So
I love that. And it is true. There are so many ways to grow. And you're a coach, I'm a coach of different kinds of coaching, but we're not only the ones who are doing the teaching. At the same time, I learn from my athletes all the time. And just like we've had these conversations before together, how much we can learn from our athletes as we encourage them to grow. And then in turn, they help us to grow, like you said, physically, emotionally, mentally. There's probably other things out there that we could add on to that list. Everything. So many ways to grow. So many ways to grow. Absolutely. I love it. So who is, you're a coach and you're sending out all this growth and molding minds and young people. Who is a woman who has inspired you along the way?
I would say along, like, if I could go backwards, start now, a young woman that I was privileged enough to be cut open for. My daughter, she's also a competitive gymnast, high level, and a senior in high school this year. She's graduating, got a full academic scholarship to Stanford while with going through her strenuous training. So Stanford's our 4.5 GPA when they accepted her. It's now 4.86, and she's doing like a med program at Harvard while still training.
Mhm.
So for me to watch her go through everything that she's been through mentally, physically, because gymnastics has brought a lot of injuries, but to still rise to the occasion and still show up for sport and academics, I'm like, well, I guess I taught her some of that, and I need a little reminder lately of how to just keep pushing and keep going. We're gonna all fall. We just gotta pick it up. What are we gonna do with our obstacles? Are we let them block us, or are we just gonna push through? So I would say, as of lately, it would be my daughter Leia.
Yeah, and being kind of close to her journey as well, to watch her and see her time and time again pick herself up, like you said, and continue to persevere. It is inspiring, and I love it when we can kind of flip the script and get that inspiration back from our children when they're kind of older, and instead of looking at them looking up at us with these big eyes like, can you help me, can you help me, and now they've come to on a lot of levels like an equal path, and in some ways they have gone farther than we have, or provide now an opportunity for us to learn and grow. It's amazing, and yeah, she's got a lot of grit. So
Yeah,
huge shout out to Layal and her grit and all the support that that you've given her. And then, like you said, now you can draw from that for your own
yeah,
inspiration. That's really beautiful.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. Thank
I love it, love it. All right, how do you think being a woman uniquely positions you to do the kind of coaching? I mean, you work predominantly with girls and women, but I know, because I know you also train boys. I don't know if you have any men on your roster at the moment.
you. No
Um,
voice.
just boys, but boys and teenagers. So, like, teenage boys. But how do you think being a woman kind of helps you make the impact and be successful in what you're developing?
I think for me, it's being a woman, but also a mother. Really, like, uh, what do you even call them? A review with a former employer, and because my daughter was my
Mm.
part, that review was he wanted me to coach everyone like how I coach Leia. I'm like, oh, are you sure? Because I'm a little tough. Are you sure? He's like, yep, I got your back. And so from that moment on, I go into with whoever I encounter, you're mine. You're my kid. I'm gonna coach you with love. I'm gonna coach you tough. I'm gonna coach you soft if you need it, but I'm not going to limit what you're doing. But I'm gonna raise the bar, and I'm gonna expect you to rise up to the occasion to be the best you there is. So, but being able to um, I guess, point out or see when it's like, okay, this is, I might need to be a little light right here, or they can use a little toughness, or I can question this, or make them think a different way. But just that, motherly, womanly, nurturing instinct of how can I handle this client in this moment, understanding that everyone is different, no one's the same. And even you, for instance, with like one day could be this way and then the next day could be that way. Okay, well, we're not going to do that. Okay, but we're going to do this. Oh, you don't want to? Okay, we're still going to do this. But just being able to read a person, and understand that life happens and we're all experiencing something, and the whole no gain is not always key,
No.
because you have to be able to walk out of it for another.
Yeah, and again, I witnessed that firsthand with my own daughter, years ago when I could see in you the motherly love, that same kind of nurturing. I mean, obviously, it's not the same as you have for your own flesh and blood and someone you raise from a small age, or any age for that matter, for adopted mothers. But the amount of love that you give to each child, and I feel that way with my athletes too, and when athletes leave or move on, like, you're missing a part of them, and we were just talking before we got on. I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't been training with you for a while, but I miss you. It was like, I'm older than you, maybe old enough to be your mother, perhaps, but like, you still kind of felt like my mom, like you were taking care of me. And you had that, the nurturing side, and all those different, I wrote, like the love, the toughness, the softness, the hardness, and all those pieces that we need to show to our children. And I tell you that shines through. It definitely shines through. And I will never forget the day that, a quick story, the day that Claudia was competing in the state finals. And you were coaching her, and I was in the stands, and I was like, and she was state champion, and I was like flipping out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, hug her for me, and that was one mom to another. And I remember you saying, like, here's mom hugging for mom, and it definitely was. I witnessed that, and it's very powerful. Thank you to all the little ones, and medium size and large, that you're putting that love out there. It definitely shines through. I see that 100%. Love it.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. So, well, my goal with these conversations were to keep them kind of tight, and same thing. I'm a mom too, right? I was like, let's get in, let's stay on target, let's do these things, because everyone's got important things to do. But I'd like to ask you, we have about a minute
Yep.
left, if you could teach us one thing that we could take away, and hold on to, maybe think about whatever it's going to be. What would be one thing that you would share with us to teach us going forward?
To make your touchable your strength. Just keep working, no matter what it is. There's always going to be someone better than you at something. You're always better than someone else. But whatever it is that you're good at, do that. And whatever it is that we struggle with, or it might be a little more challenging, still do that. Don't avoid the hard.
Yeah, make your struggle your strength. Oh, love it. Don't you can't avoid the hard things.
No.
The hard things we're going to bring it back to what you said in the beginning, right? The hard things are what make you grow.
Yep.
The hard things are
Yep.
what make you grow. So a little struggle gets you a long way, and that's how you build strength. Oh, absolutely love it. Oh, that's a great reminder for today or any day. So anyone who gets to come back and watch on the replay will also get the benefit of that awesome reminder. Before we leave, please tell everybody, where they can find you if they have kids who are interested in gymnastics or cross gymnastics or strength training. Where do they find you?
Well, our website is www.226fitness.com. And 20 is spelled out, and then the number 2, and then 6 is spelled out.
Okay.
And we are in West Water, and that's also our Instagram name as well, 26 Fitness. We'll have a summer camp, just a more like a half day morning, half camp, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 12. Anyone 5 and up. starting
Awesome.
yes.
June 30th.
Yep.
Awesome. Terrific. Well, I'll make sure to tag 22/6 Fitness also when I share this to my feed, so that way everybody can
Awesome.
see it as well. And I'll again thank you so much for spending some time with us, for nurturing us and loving us. And I wish everybody to be well, be real, and keep moving forward.
Thank you.